Hey guys, happy Halloween! This is Cat back with another episode of Unchained with the Captain, and today we're closing out Rocktober with Bong! Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We'll take a look at it right after the titles. Killer Clowns from Outer Space tells the story of an alien invasion of the Earth by clowns for some fucking reason. Our heroes Mike and Debbie see the clowns land nearby and go to check it out. Once inside, they discover it's actually a spaceship run by clowns. They report it to the police, but of course they think it's a Halloween prank. By the time anyone believes them, it's too late as the clowns have almost completely taken over their town. First found out about this one while I was cruising around with my buddy one night, many moons ago. He was playing this tape, and yes, cassette tapes were still a thing back in the early 90s. Turns out to be the band The Dickies, who I had never heard of. It also turned out to be the theme song for Killer Clowns, so I rented it one night from the video store and really enjoyed it, and it's become one of my October staples. Let's check out the cast. Grant Kramer plays Mike, and this guy is one of the worst actors I have ever seen. His cringy acting often took me out of the movie. They must have pulled this guy off the street because he was good looking, because he sure as fuck can't act. I felt genuinely embarrassed for him at times. I've seen far better acting from community theater, and that's kind of a slight to community theater. Terenzi brothers, played by Michael Siegel and Peter Licassi, are the comic relief, like this movie even needed it. They're one of the best things about the flick. They're very comical and over the top, and they get most of the best lines. Suzanne Snyder plays Debbie, Mike's girlfriend. You might remember her from Return of the Living Dead Part 2. John Vernon does a good turn in this as Officer Mooney, who was in Animal House and the first Dirty Harry movie. He plays a crotchety cop who doesn't believe anyone about the clowns. Royal Dano, who I mentioned in my Ghoulies 2 review, has a short but memorable cameo at the beginning of the film. The clowns in this movie look fantastic and are pretty damn scary for a budget horror comedy. You can tell someone put in a lot of effort on these costumes, and it shows. There's not a lot of exposition in this one, and the film really doesn't need it. The title says it all, and it delivers what it promises. However, there is one short conversation about maybe this is where we get our ideas about clowns from, but this is pure speculation. The aforementioned title track is fantastic in my opinion. You've got this heavy guitar playing a lick that's very reminiscent of circus music, and it fits the movie's tone perfectly. Killer Clowns is available in 1080p Blu-ray, or you can see the entire movie on YouTube in 720p. The print is fantastic and really sharp. This one clocks in at 1 hour and 26 minutes, so it won't take you long to watch. So what's the verdict on this one? It's definitely a love it or hate it flick. I'm one of the former, obviously. Now, aside from Grant Kramer, the acting is serviceable for a B-horror movie. It has a pretty original premise and it's extremely entertaining. The pacing is really good, and again, the clowns look great. So if you're a horror comedy fan like I am, give it a look. It's definitely not boring by any stretch. That's all for Killer Clowns and my Rocktober movie reviews. Remember, everyone's entitled to one good scare on Halloween. Be it a jump scare by your friend in a hockey mask, or that pregnancy scare you had with your girlfriend last month. We'll be back to the normal format in November with the long-awaited review of Death Proof. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another horrible impression. And you guys are dismissed.
Blah! You want to like and subscribe? Blah! I put almost no thought or energy into this impression. Blah!